putting me on obituaries? Don't you come any closer, I will kill you.
I'm already dead. Fun fact, you're the only one that can...
Mic on.
Okay, I think everything is working. I'm just gonna be a little bit of a stinker and not give the full reveal yet. But welcome. Oh my goodness, I have missed streaming, and hopefully today goes without too much scuff, but oh, I'm streaming from a laptop that is not used to these things, so this will definitely be interesting. And without further ado, my new model. I'll make the menu go away for a second. I'm so little. Why did I make myself little? I finally figured out some tail physics on Vroid Studio, so I can actually have a tail that moves around. I'm so happy and excited, and the camera's not catching me 100%. But yeah, this is my new look compared to... I have to retweet it on Twitter because I don't have access to the model on the laptop, but I actually got, you know, physics on a hat, on a tail. I'm so happy. I'm actually starting to look like a proper witch. And then, yeah, I did go with a bit more of a model update because my full persona wasn't just vibing anymore with my... like, I appreciate my persona still, but it just wasn't what I wanted for being a streamer anymore. Because... partially because there was wings, and I didn't feel like dealing with those physics, commissioned or not. And, you know, I wanted to get back to the more humanoid part of me. I'm just gonna keep playing with the hat physics. It's so wiggly. Stubby donation, thank you for the follow. Prisium! Hi, welcome! Thanks for the follow! What do you think of my new model? She's so wiggly! I might need to change the layout of the new follower thing up top, but that's okay. I'm so happy. I think I could zoom out more to show you more, but there's not really... like, I got an outfit, but I don't really move otherwise. So small. Nope, not that. Nope. What about this? I cannot move the camera up and down. Excuse. I can zoom. But then I gotta go into this and just wee. It still looks weird. Yeah, but yeah, this is my new look. It's got a skirt instead of pants. My tail. It's actually also attached to my hip. I can't tell you how sad I was to learn that the physics attached to the head initially. Let's see. Let's get back lined up here. Probably gonna be all big on the screen now. Zoom. Where's the box? I need the box. Ah. There we go. But yeah, the plan was to just kind of show off my model for the most part today and then do some vibing with, what's it called? Power Wash Simulator. Just kind of chill today, get back into the flow of things. I don't know if I'll post a schedule right away. I'll try to do at least once a week, maybe on Saturdays or Sundays, but I'm hoping to get back into it. Make it a regular again. I had it regular for just like a handful of months last year. I haven't been very consistent and I'm very sad about that. Pew. I'm so happy. But we can get into... I probably should open up the game before I change to the game screen. I'm just gonna keep doing this because I'm so happy that I figured out how to get the hat to move. There was a solid bit where I was adding physics to the hat and it did this thing where it wasn't, I'm guessing, anchored right, and so it would just flop and my head would just like clip through. That was interesting. Like I could wiggle my head like this and the hat would just flip flop like a piece of paper. VRide Studio is definitely a learning curve, but it's mostly user-friendly. It's mostly user-friendly. Especially if you look up... I think I looked up like 6 different videos just to get the tail. But it takes a bit. It helps if you find someone who knows what they're doing too. There we go. Oh, they've changed the layout. But it does remember that I have played the entire storyline. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna start on the playground. Maybe. Do I gotta do free play? Apparently. gonna cheat the system because I'm on a laptop, so I can't have both windows open at the same time, unfortunately. Pew. Do I have... Uh-oh, I don't remember any of the controls. That's that. That's lock. Maybe if I actually read the directions in the bottom corner. Okay, I just have infinite cleaners. Flower power. This is wood, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, this doesn't rotate. I haven't played this game in forever. Right click makes it a continuous spray. There we go. I think I'm gonna keep the stream as just chatting because it is mostly with the intent of just catching up with everyone, hopefully. Making new friends and all that. I don't want a bajillion ads. Go. Probably should get that YouTube Red thing. I am the lowest I can get on the ground. And I still can't see the entire underside of this. Let's see. The last time I streamed, we were moving out of a rental we were in. And because of that, and financial situations, we weren't able to find a place right away. So I thought, you know, I was going to be like on a hiatus for a month just moving. No, it turned into October, November, December... almost 5 months? That was fun. And then... it doesn't help that income has changed too because of the move and where we're at now. So hopefully I can get... I'm going for a full-time job, but I don't know what my luck will be with that. But hoping to get a full-time job, make income, get permanent place of residence instead of rent-a-lots, and get my computer back. My actual computer, not this laptop. It seems to be doing okay so far. But I would like to be able to have more options with games because I'm scared to do anything more powerful than this right now. Because I think the computer right now is at max CPU and GPU. Or at least half on the GPU. What was the... it was tab. There we go. If you haven't played Power Wash Simulator, it does have a storyline. It's a weird storyline. Entertaining, but weird. But it is a good game for just vibing. I also haven't talked to stream in forever, so I have to remember to make conversation sometimes. This maximum power gun doesn't even need soap. I don't know why I did that earlier. I can just go, whoa! Why do I gotta get ads after every single song? Hang on. I think they had, these people said they had something like a 4-hour long song. No. Goodbye, bot. Whoa. That's not what I thought it was going to be. These are all 2-minute longs. Where is... I was looking at something else. It will. We'll go with this playlist. I slept all day and this is making me want to yawn again. Oh no. Whee. I love just making this clean. Sometimes I wonder if artists enjoy doing things like this, just like making it, filling in something just line by line. If it's not something huge, obviously. Jump. Can I jump? go back to something more upbeat. Not that Deb. Eh. Two. This is cool. The icon is spacey, so we'll go with it. Why, sleepy puppies. You cannot see the sleepy puppies, unfortunately, because I don't have the ability to show them right now. But just take my word for it, it's cute. I was watching Melissa the Tiefling's stream, Melissa Belladonna's stream, before starting up mine. And I admit, I like watching her reactions to things. She's now grown so suspicious of her community. She's just like, did you post not safe for work and trying to get me to look at it on stream? She doesn't trust anybody no more. Apparently I showed up after she played Minecraft for like 2 minutes on stream. And then went and deviated to yelling at the chat. Having to tell them about everything that's going on the interwebs. I'm glad I found Melissa, even if it was through OGL shenanigans, because I feel like the Dungeons & Dragons community is more where I fit in, and where I'm going to be able to make the most friends. Because I have been aimlessly wandering the interwebs forever, just like, how do I make online friends? I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons since sophomore? Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So, junior year of high school. That's been almost a decade now. Not quite, but getting close. And the first... So 5th edition wasn't out yet. We had 4th edition, I think, existing, but no one liked it. So my dungeon master, who was my college... Or not my college, my chemistry teacher in high school, who ran the gaming club, he was the DM, and he ran his campaigns on 1st Advanced Edition. It was interesting going from 1st Advanced to the other series, by the way. That was that was a little confusing. His campaign was definitely fun. He refused to have players be any evil alignments due to mishaps in the past. We still technically had the class of magic user in 1st Advanced Edition. So I went with cleric magic user at the time, which essentially is comparable to a wizard these days. And because me and this other gal were new to his campaign that he's been running for a bit, stupid ads. Because we were new and we both decided to go with deities for a different region of the campaign, he was able to have fun doing code stuff and have us decoding things, just the two of us sitting there just like, waiting on. What are we doing? Help! I think we had 10 people at the table, not counting the DM. We had at least 3 clerics, maybe 4. All of them dual classing. No, one of them was just cleric. I want to say... So I was the cleric magic user. Someone was cleric rogue. And then... cleric fighter, I think, was someone. I know they were fighter. I can't remember what their spellcasting class was. And... so we definitely had healers. I think me and the new girl were the only ones who actually did healing. Because everyone else at the table were a grade above us in high school as well. So they all knew each other's playstyle. And... you know, when each other were worthy of heals and stuff. So that was fun. And so, you know, me and the newbie cleric are just like, wait, hang on. I only have so many spell slots. Hang on. Are you dying? Are you dying, or are you just kind of upset? I think we also had a druid or ranger person on there. And I only remember that because at some point we were getting off a ship that we were on because we had been attacked. And we were stuck between 2 rocky cliffs. And so to escape, we essentially climbed the cliffs, or jumped ship, climbed cliffs, got on land. And this one guy was the only one who could do it without, you know, scares. He had enough skills, strength, dexterity, whatever, to make it. Meanwhile, everyone else is just sort of like scared, climbing, making rolls, and then also making like feather falling spells activated in case we fell. One person who didn't activate feather fall, I want to say got about 75% up the cliff, and then rolled low, so he lost gripping. And the DM just had him keep rolling. No, I think he had the DM had him roll a D10, D100, whichever one, to determine how many feet he fell. Did my stream freeze? Hang on, I'm just making sure I'm still working here. I want to make sure y'all can see me. Okay, it looks like it's working. I'm going to periodically check on that because I don't want to just freeze 20 minutes in. Where was I? I think he had him roll a D10. No, he had a saving throw every 10 Every 10 feet, he had a saving roll. And he didn't make a saving roll until about, like, 100 feet down. So the guy got to, like, 75% up the cliff. All the way back down to a solid 30%. I was lucky that my character made it. I think she slipped once, so she only fell 10 feet, but she didn't go most of the way and then fall back down. And then in that same campaign, after we had looked at some ruins and got a scare from some undeads, I don't even remember like the whole campaign because it's just bits and pieces, but at some point we got to somewhere in a dungeon where there was a magic teleportation circle that we could use to go anywhere we thought of. So me and the other cleric that were new decided, oh, it was Magic User Fighter was the last girl. So we had 3 clerics, the Magic User Fighter. The Magic User Fighter was senior, so she's played for a bit and had this DM, our chemistry teacher, who enjoys double meanings of things. If he was a genie, you would not want to make a wish with him. So we were just like, hey, you're more experienced. We should probably have you in charge of the circle, and because you also know what you're doing with it. And she's like, okay. And so we, the group gets in this magic circle. We all hold hands, so we all teleport together. And she says, okay, I cast a spell. Wait, where are we going? The DM had fun, then rolling dice to determine where we randomly went. Because he said, you didn't cast the spell and say where you were going. You cast the spell and said, where are we going? So like, you're supposed to cast a spell and say, Temple of this god, as an example. So, because she was trying to ask a question out of character, the DM took the opportunity to use it as in character. And we ended up in a random swamp in the middle of nowhere. And that's how we ended the session for that week. So I haven't trusted teleportation circles in a while. I actually, my first interaction with a teleportation circle has just made it that I don't trust them at all. For context, I did a campaign later on with the same DM with some freshmen as the only experienced player, quote unquote, at the table. And he got another one of those circles out. And I didn't let any of the freshmen touch that circle until I remembered where the heck we were going. I was like, no thank you. I'm at a table with 7 freshmen who have already done split the party 5 different ways. One of them got cursed into a werewolf type thing, undead werewolf. I'm not ending up in the middle of nowhere again, thank you. I believe... Oh yeah, my sister was also at this campaign because she was like, oh hey, that looks fun. I'm going to join you. I was like, okay. My sister didn't, listen to me half the time when I was just like, maybe you should have your character wait. So there was also a point where we ended up on an anti-gravity circle trap with spikes on the ceiling. And she got impaled. That was the running joke for the rest of the campaign, though, because she kept somehow getting impaled by combat or some sort of trap. Everyone got known for something during these campaigns. Yep. Because it was in high school, everyone knew everyone. Why aren't you marking as clean? Did I do the underside of this? I wish I could tell stories from the campaigns I've done. Like all the stories. Tell the whole campaign, essentially. Recap everything. But my memory is shit. So what bits and pieces I do have, I will happily share with everyone. Otherwise, it's just like, was this a thing? That's clean. That's a vertical strut, so that goes all the way up. I might someday during a campaign embrace a chaos god and just be like, yep. Get a buff from the party shenanigans. Does that blue part count? You say you're clean. Did you sparkle and I didn't catch it? Ah. Trying to see what else I can remember from Dungeons & Dragons days at high school. Oh, we did have a fireball moment. Actually, we had 2 fireball moments from the same campaign, just different weeks. Both these times with the freshman group I was helping with. So first instance is the group is traveling towards an abandoned castle to either find out what happened there or find some treasure. I don't remember. We were going to an abandoned castle because we could. And we get there, and there's the security door, essentially, on the... I can't remember what it's called. It's the big drop-down metal bars that they have, like, outside of drawbridges. Drawbridge gate. No, that's just drawbridge. Thank you. I can't remember what it's called, and now I'm going to be bothered. But it's the big metal bit that you have to crank. Because it's a big heavy door that's not supposed to be able to fit through, not supposed to be easily movable, yada yada. We had a previous student come, so someone who graduated high school, come back and play as a wizard that was here for shits and giggles. He wasn't the one who cast the fireball the first time. He turned into a gelatinous cube, went through the gate to let everyone else in. And as he's doing that, the rest of the party gets jumped by a giant spider. The person who cast Fireball had a magic wand, I think level 7. or a wand that had a level 7 spell, Fireball. So, everyone's standing in this narrow hallway, or hallway entryway thing, stuck between a big metal gate thing and a giant spider. So the person with said wand immediately was just like, fire, spider, yes. And the rest of the party was standing between him and said spider. So we almost had a TPK. I'm standing there, just like, you figure out where the group is, and then you cast Fireball. I don't care if you fry yourself. Don't kill the whole party. I don't know if he learned his lesson for later campaigns, but for the time being, the kid was just like, okay. We explore the castle, we find some traps, we fight some monsters, we get some lore, and we get to the back end of the castle that's decrepit. It's falling off. You can see off the cliffside out the back now existing door. It's got a nice view. And once again we run into giant spiders. Except this time, and I want to say this was like a week, maybe 2 weeks later. This time, when we run into the giant spider thing, it's the higher level guy who is visiting. So he's an experienced player. He's a veteran. And he says, I have this ring of protection. And I'm essentially just going to cast Fireball in this room, right in the center of this room, and just get everything. So, the party didn't have time to tell him to wait or anything, because his mind was made up, and the DM was just like, okay. So he cast it, and then, everyone's just like, is this a field of effect with this ring that protects him? And the DM's like, yeah, you can react and try and jump into the field of protection. So we spent, I want to say, 20 minutes trying to get everyone to calm down and take their turns. Including myself. And I think 1 or 2 people didn't make it. And because it was a new campaign, essentially, for freshmen to give a try. They were level 1 babes. So the visiting wizard shows up, sees spiders, casts Fireball, and just incinerates these poor souls. In the moment, I wasn't happy because I was almost also incinerated. But looking back, it's just like, man, that was funny. The spiders didn't make it luckily as well. It was specifically one guy didn't make it. So I remember it was one guy, because afterwards we went, Wizard had a spell thing to get us to the special school. Oh no, this is when we found the circle, and I was in charge of the circle and told everyone not to touch it, and I was asking where we were going so we could get to the right place. But after essentially incinerating the poor 1 level player, he just grabbed some of his ashes. We went to the fancy magic school, and he said, hey, can you revive? The DM allowed it. I don't remember what spell was used, but it was allowed. Because it was technically within the 1 minute death frame. If you got a high level wizard around, just even if they don't believe in gods, they are going to be a god of chaos essentially. Probably same with sorcerers. There was a little bit more to the campaign to that, but other than me accidentally casting stink cloud on the party because I thought someone was stalking us. There wasn't much really exciting beyond that because it was getting close to end of semester and stuff like that. I kind of wish I could go back, but a mixture of I'm no longer in state, teacher doesn't teach, the club got disbanded like a year and a half after I graduated. Because everyone was using it to have an excuse to cause chaos instead of actually being in the classroom where it was supposed to be held. It just kind of devolved after my year left, apparently. I don't know if anyone's attempting to bring it back, but I did, at the very least, when I graduated, because I was one of the... I can't say valedictorian because it's supposed to be like one person, but there was like 6 of us that they had give speeches at graduation for some reason. I dedicated mine to, that club and how it was a second family to me and everything, and all sappy. I made the teacher cry. Because essentially that club with Dungeons and Dragons and how everyone did become a community to me, it was my second home. And, in hindsight, I do wish that I had gotten into it freshman year instead of being a coward. But at the very least, I did join it eventually. And I'm happy I got to make memories there. And admittedly, I am hoping with the Dungeons & Dragons community and the TTRPG community in general online, hopefully I can get that a second time. I don't expect it to be exactly the same, but maybe just a nice community. That's a nail sticking out the back. That's not dirt. It's been almost an hour. I should probably stretch and drink. Hello, sleepy puppy. I hope I didn't disturb you too hard. I am thirsty. Oof. Now, after I did move out of state, my sister, since she got into Dungeons & Dragons too, attempted to run her own campaign with me, my spouse, and a couple others. Mostly her friends. I was included because I was her sister. it was definitely a learning experience for her as a DM with people our age groups, instead of just, play DMing for our brother and cousins who are 6 years younger than her. They were small. They were easily entertainable. um, I do think she took some creative liberties with how deities were managed. A little bit too much creative liberty. But again, it was her first time, to my knowledge, DMing for a group of older people. Can't really say kids because she was in college at the time, and I had graduated college. As far as I'm aware, she's still doing campaigns and being a dungeon master and stuff, having fun. But I'm not a part of it anymore. And the campaign, as long as it lasted, it was interesting. She had it to where she essentially took a lot of real world religions and pantheons and made it so there was this continent that was divided by the religion, essentially. So we had the Christian section of the continent, the Norse, the Celtic section. My constructive criticism on that would probably be maybe not the same continent, but like a series of islands that were nearby each other. Because them being shared on one land and just essentially being cut into pie, like a piece of pie. Because somehow that just didn't sit with me. It didn't seem realistic to me, and it was just like, I mean, okay. It's your campaign. She had this blacksmith we encountered. And she makes it pretty much announces that this guy has a pretty fancy hammer. And in my brain, I was like, either this is Hephaestus, because we were in the county or in the region for Greek gods, or it was Thor. Because hammer. I think she even told us it was Mjolnir. Or something. It had a name similar to it. And the party was just like, yeah, that's Thor. And she's like, no, it's not. Later on, she did have this big reveal scene that, yes, indeed, it was Thor. And it's like, no. No one was surprised. She was disappointed. It's like, you basically announced it first time we met him. Hopefully she got better at being subtle with her hints. Sister, if you're watching this, I love you, but holy heck. I don't know, I'm vibing to that ad, but it's there. Hi, puppy. Do you big stretch that you have to touch me? Am I being noisy? Can you get your paw off my arm, please? Can you get your paw off my arm? I love you, puppy. I know you're a sleepy baby. I don't want my arm being touched this whole time, though. Okay, let's just settings check real quick. Alright. Looks like we're still going strong. Please give me feedback if, like, video or audio goes down. Excuse me. If you can't hear anything, stream froze, stream broke, anything. Please give me feedback. I need to know. Because if I'm going to attempt at streaming on this laptop multiple times, I need to know if it works. When was that campaign? So I'm trying to think. I went a while between campaigns. The friend group my sister had going kind of had a falling out, so that campaign absolutely did not finish. I want to say there was probably at least a year between the end of that campaign and me finding people who liked D&D again. Probably about 2 years between the end and the actual start of a new campaign. And the one I'm currently in is still going, but no one has the same schedule, so it's on hold. We did have a session last week. My settings on OBS got wonky, so I wasn't able to record it, and we were in the middle of OGL. No, it was like 2 weeks ago. We were still in the middle of OGL being wonky, so I didn't want to stream and get doxxed later. I was like, maybe a small stream, but I don't feel like dealing with big corporations, thanks. I can try seeing if I can get the audio file from one of the other players, but they mostly just recorded it for reference later so everyone could keep on track of what's going on. But I could probably get back into streaming that again. Add some consistency to my schedule. Everyone loves it because... Oh, the party loves it because I didn't initially start doing it to kind of promote myself on Twitch. But then everyone saw it on Twitch. And was just like, we can make little PNGs of our characters. So then people who are watching the stream can know who's talking. And so I do have a whole bunch of images and stuff. I will get that set up again. I just gotta take the time to do so. Figuring out when we're going to stream again would also help. I think I'll leave recap of what happened between this session I recorded last and what we stream next time to next time's sake, just to be like, okay, this is what happened, and this is essentially what happened since Selena's last stream. That's listed as done. That's listed as done. 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 Eh. Okay. Since everyone has conflicting schedules, the DM has also been having fun making one-shots for everyone. So it's not like we're all sitting bored and waiting. We're just doing different stuff until everyone has schedules line up again. We did also have... So the main campaign I'm part of right now, we're calling Holy Void. We also have Copper and Crimes campaign that might be trying to make a comeback, but I can't vouch for anything because I'm not the DM. I also refuse to get a ladder, but I'm falling. I might need the ladder. Dungeons and Dragons is essentially my life. Considering letting someone teach me about Pathfinder. I think it should mostly be able to be self-taught, but I like having people know I'm with people when I'm doing things. Because, like, I know there's a Pathfinder community, but I would like to also essentially have opportunity to be a part of a group. This roof has gotten glitchy since I last played. That, or I'm just clipping through everything accidentally. Oh. Whee. I like to think that artist friends are just using my streams as a creative outlet to have excuses to not have more art of their characters. Because aside from myself, I think Ramen, who plays a... They're now a tiefling, but they were a... Not an Aarakocra. I don't remember what they're called. But they were Bird Boy. They're no longer Bird Boy. They're Lizard Boy now. outside of us two, I think everyone in that campaign is an artist. So pretty much every other day, there's just new art of Dungeons and Dragon character. Or, you know, every other hour there's a comment about lore. I have more lore to give the DM and make me cry. I completely blanked on the idea of building lore with that character. And so I kind of just handed the character sheet over to my DM and I was just like, yes. Because I'm not used to really building lore with characters. Didn't need it before. Just kind of said, okay, this is my character. This is who they worship, if they worship anyone, and yeah. Wait. Let me grab the ladder. Am I still standing on the ladder? I was still standing on the ladder. So it sounds like, because I am a blank sheet of lore, the DM's going to have fun with that. And I went with a homebrew race of pseudo-immortal for this character, for my cleric. Because it's just like, you know what? Humanoid, but secret monster? And DM's just evil cackling, and I don't get to know why until things happen. We do have an order of events for character arcs. I think I'm 4th on the list, and we're currently just starting the second person's arc. We'll get tidbits of sprinkles here and there of arc stuff for characters, but not like the full arc. Or lore stuff, but not the full arc. I did give my character a bit of a kind of friendship negligence trauma. But that's about it. That's as far as I got with her lore. I was like, I want a cleric rogue. Initially, she was planning on just being a cleric, but then she turned and she started dual classing into rogue because she was left to rot in a jail cell by her ex-best friend. I did that because I wanted a stabby cleric. And I wasn't sure if the DM would allow that without valid reasoning. It was after I made my character, I learned what war clerics are. And it's just like, oop. It's fine. Woo. hate the angles on these stupid sunshine things. Do I need to start a new playlist? That is not something that is uncopyrighted, so we will go. How about something without ads? Nope, just more ads. There we go. I've hated kind of the, at least what was in high school, trope that clerics couldn't have knives unless their god allowed it. So to learn War Cleric was a thing in 5th edition was just like, ah, yay! I have excuses now and I don't need it to be extra complicated. And to kind of commemorate just a little bit on what my original, or what my first Dungeons & Dragons character was, being a cleric magic user, I have made Selena here, also known as me, my VTube avatar. She is a cleric wizard with a hint of druid, just because I wanted a wild shape. Literally, that's the only reason I added druid in there. I haven't looked into any of the like world building books and stuff like that have set gods. So I went based off the real world Greek pantheon, and had her and set her up with Persephone, Hades. So because of that, being partial druid for wild shaping doesn't conflict with origin story. It's like, it's fine. I'm a nature cleric. Nature cleric might have wild shaping, but I don't remember. Because I use resources that don't actually tell me these things. They're just like, what is your religious grouping? Do I need to get the outsides of these? Eh. Yes. Man, even with the power wash gun that is the most powerful, I'm still only 68% the way through this. There we go. Okay, I did get that side of everything. I'm enjoying all the finished clean noises for a second. I don't care. I should probably like stretch again. Ugh. Oh, my neck. I think I got everything inside here. I'm really glad I can't fall between the bars up here. Wee. I could probably put the longer nozzle on this. There we go. Oh. Thank you for the follow, Dynamo VT. I saw you on my Twitter. How are you? Back to the... Oh, my hand wasn't on the keyboard correctly. I hope you guys have been good. You've kind of missed some of my recaps of D&D stories from the good old days. Oh, mostly just the classics, though, like almost DPKs with fireballs, party shenanigans, you know, all the usual good stuff. Let's see. here. For those who haven't seen my streams from my most recent group I'm a part of, I'm trying to think of some stories I could share from that. Just to kind of mention it again, the campaign's called Holy Void. There's big old plague outbreak happening. It's not a regular plague, it's a cursed plague. It's fun times. Everyone else has lore to their characters except me, because I couldn't think about it for some reason with my character. I was just kind of like, here's my character who's a pseudo-immortal human monster thing. She's a cleric. She has friend negligence trauma. And the DM's rolling with it. I know last we streamed by... Excuse me. My cleric managed to off a head monk and is now Upsetty Spaghetti, what was her new friend in this group, because said friend was a part of that monastery. And even though the head monk was a bad guy, you know, upbringing and stuff like that, still son of a bitch. So my character might be going through a whole nother trauma arc. Everyone in the party, there's multiple stages to being infected with this plague. Everyone has stage 1 except my cleric because she has Constitution maxed out. Oh yeah, because of something that's going on and the fact that people are essentially trying to corrupt the gods, and both new and old. Timelines are all fucked up. The afterlives are being closed off, so the dead are essentially just going to purgatory or hell. There is no good afterlife anymore. Or at least there hasn't been for 200 years. As much as the gods want to have them, the shenaniganizes are not letting that happen. The plague is so bad it's even affecting big ol' ancient dragons. That we actually had to fight one because it was corrupted zombie mind. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm not going in order of anything. I'm just going based off what I remember. Oh yeah, the party was brought together by a hecka old elf lady who supposedly stopped a war 1,000 years ago. But now she's missing, so we can't ask her about shit. I can mention that in this bit that I wasn't able to stream that the party met a vampire MILF. And everyone who wasn't gay at the moment just simped. Or I guess wasn't... Essentially everyone simped, but someone already had like a companion in mind, so they didn't simp. There was one non-simp. We learned that some crystals we've been carrying around trying to figure out what the ancient elf lady wants us to do with are apparently called Tears of Gods. Tears of Gods, when handled without care, can have random effects, such as making your character start floating. Or make everything stink in the vicinity. My character got turned into a sheep. It was temporarily, luckily. When we ran into the vampire lady, she's the one who essentially gave us all this information. And she mentioned Sola, the elf lady who sent us on this quest. And so I was immediately just like, oh, neat, someone I can ask questions to. And the party was just like, no, what if she's a bad guy? And it's just like, I don't care, I want answers. So far, she's not a bad guy. Is she tired of our party already screwing up a bunch of things? Yes. Probably just go this way. Try and pop my neck. The half-elf we have on our group is falling for the Asmir that we have in the group. Just met up with the half-elf's long-lost sister, and apparently long-lost sister has had beef with the Asmir of the party. I don't know if I'm saying the race correctly, by the way. So, boy meets girl, boy falls for girl, boy finds sister, sister doesn't like girl, boy has mild anxiety. That felt like such a long 10 minutes. What felt like a long 10 minutes? Like, hi Dynamo. What was 10 minutes that was long? Were you waiting for something? The 10-minute timer? Did I have a 10-minute timer going? Oh, the 10-minute waiting to chat. I forgot that was a thing. Chat settings. I'm sorry I made you wait so long. First followers only. Oh yeah, it doesn't. It goes 0 to 10 minutes. Apology denied. Hey, I'm sorry. It's 0 or 10 minutes. There's no in between. I thought I had like a 2-minute timer on it, but apparently not. I change it to 0 now, so people don't have to suffer like you. What on earth ad is it going on? I'm sorry. Listen, I can't... Did I mention you weren't here for it? I haven't streamed since October last year, so I don't remember any of my settings. Actually, it wasn't even October. It was mid-November. So it's been longer than October. I'm also not used to people, like, talking to me, so... yeah. Yeah, it's been a whole ass while. I was expecting, like, a month-long hiatus. I was expecting like, a short hiatus. I was like, okay, I can do that. And then life happened. Life said no. You gotta wait, like, 4 months. Listen, a month seemed like a short time in my brain. The plan was, because we were moving out of a rental, I was gonna need that month to, like, deal with moving crap and things, and moving crap and things turned into putting it into storage, staying at a hotel, moving in with the in-laws, not having my computer. So the fact that I was able to stream today has been a miracle. And life happening all too well. It is mostly resolved. I am currently using a shared laptop between me and my spouse to stream. And this thing is holding on barely to life. Stream elements, I need to turn that notification off. Yeah, I just kind of turned on stream and went, I don't remember what does and doesn't work. So, chat being scuffy is probably the minimum requirement. Have you blessed it with sacred oils? No. I haven't. I have done thoughts and prayers, but not sacred oils. What am I missing? Large bridge slash. Might want to bless it with sacred oils. If I can get sacred oils. See, I am a witch inside a Mormon house. I don't know if I can get sacred oils. Light incense to appease the machine spirit. I probably should do that at some point. I need to get my incense back out. The computer is being very forgiving considering my situation. Is that all the tic-tac-toe dice? Yes. Okay. Very forgiving, yes. Very, very, very forgiving. I appreciate it. It must like me. I have been doing my best not to clutter it with my usual stuff. I'm also not playing one of my normal games. I'm doing this. I suddenly forgot what it's called. Power Wash Simulator. Which isn't... It's not the most GPU, CPU usage. I've been trying to keep an eye on that. Okay, I selected the thing, but I don't see it highlighting. Tower floor underside. Oh, I was at it already. The bane of your existence? Why is it the bane of your existence? I'm gonna need a ladder for this. Like, is it too detailed and you can't find everything all the time, or you don't find it calming? Is it because of all the details? The sound effects? I guess I can see where you're coming from, yeah. To me, I have been able to turn it off kind of as just background noise in my brain, so... Whoa, I missed a whole lot over here. You have very sensitive hearing. Do you want me to turn it off some of the sound effects? Power washer makes an annoying sound. You can't hear it? Okay. I guess I have my power wash simulator settings very low. Oh yeah, because it's on my computer stuff, so the music is probably louder than the power wash game right now. As long as it's not hurting your ears, we're good. Also, I'm using my mobile phone to, like, watch stream chat because I only have a single screen on the laptop and I don't want to be, like, tabbing back and forth to check everything. I basically pretty much neglected this whole thing. Whoa! I've already finished story mode on my main computer, so it's just free mode now. And I decided to go with the longest job ever for this stream. It's helping that because I did finish story mode, I got the... Thank you. I got the strongest power washer, so I don't need to switch between all the nozzles and the soaps and everything. I don't know if I want to do a location. I selected location again without reading. Oh yeah, I have a Discord, but it's inactive as all heck, so... Do with that information what you will. I love doing the RV because it's a bigger job, but doesn't have too many small details. Slow and steady wins the race. Yep. I'm popping all my fingers, gonna sip some soda. I say sip and then start chugging. E is my nozzles. I don't necessarily need the extension. A trend with me? Is it a good trend? You don't know. What is the trend? Kind of scared. I didn't really show off my model to you, did I? I'm awful at taking care of myself, okay? Yes, short hiatus turned into 3+ months and zip turned into a jug. I under exaggerate. But here is my model. I need to get into VC phase to zoom out. Are you gonna let me do that? It helps if I actually select VC phase. But I'm going for a whole witch theme. I'm gonna turn into the smallest thing ever. Thank you. I actually worked really hard. I spent... Oh, goodness. How many... It took me like 6 YouTube videos to figure out how to get like tail physics. Yes, teeny tiny. That's a thing. You will see Dice Bard meme about it a lot in his Discord. Can you keep me in your pocket? I don't like pockets. They're all small. I might be small. I might fit in a pocket. It's kind of claustrophobic in a pocket. But I got hat physics, I got tail physics. I'm so happy. And big pockets. Okay. I guess that's forgivable. That gives me some moving room. I might fall a lot. I'm gonna reset my camera. Make it so I don't blow up the screen here and then zoom back in. I had fun stealing the sleeve art and then trying to apply it to this hat so it kind of matched. But the clipping, all that clipping and editing and stuff, at one point my brain just went, good enough. I have a hat. It matches. Mostly. It's good. We'll just scale it a little bit more. There. Yeah, I got wigglies. When I first was making the hat, it didn't understand where my head was. So I had to learn about anchoring and things like that to figure out how to get the hat to work without completely going flat and exposing my skull. I've been told by many people because of my coloring scheme that pink works well for me as a background color. So I spent the 2-hour window from my announcement to start stream time just looking at pink backgrounds. Just like, I gotta make this aesthetically pleasing to the eyeball. I gotta make it work. I could probably... Dice shared an artist he got his own pocket model from, so once I get some commission money, I can probably get a tiny... Oh no. Not the cutscene. Are you good now, or? Let me know when you're good, and I'll continue my little story. Or tangent, whatever it was. Okay. But yeah, okay, good. Dice Bird shared an artist he got some art from, and they essentially make pocket chibi models or artwork. So, once I got money, I'll probably make a pocket Selena. It's the most. They make adorable art. Don't have their link right now. I would link it if I had it. It would require some digging on my part, though. I have a sad puppy behind me. I know there's people who came in the house and you want to say hi. You're not allowed, big boy. You big 100-pound goofball. I'm not ignoring the puppy. I am doing the opposite of ignoring him. He just wants to go say hi to people. I am not. He's fine. He's spoiled as is. Don't encourage him being spoiled. He wants to go say hi to people that don't like big dogs. Ultimate weaknesses in cats and dogs. Yeah, that is a common trend for people who follow me one way or another. Most animals, to be fair, yeah. I used to work at PetSmart because I, in my little naive mind, thought they would actually be a good place to work to get pet knowledge and stuff. PetSmart is awful. I am going to slander them day in and day out. You would make a terrible pet owner. I mean, as long as you know your limitations. You could probably do, like, volunteer work if you want to work with animals. If they were just a pet supply store, they would be good. But considering they have small animals there that they aren't fully educated on, and don't entirely fully educate on through corporate means because they're dumb, I'd have to say a 5 out of 10. Support your local small pet stores. Because I can almost guarantee that local small pet stores will carry a bunch of same brands, if not better brands, than what corporates have. And they actually take the time to educate themselves and their employees on the animals they either have in stock or supply for. Constantly cave in and spoil them to no end. I mean, as long as you also do stuff that's good for the animal, like if you give them a lot of treats, maybe also make sure they have very nutritious food and a lot of exercise so they don't get fat. You could counter it. Be a good pet owner. It's definitely something I would recommend you talk to a professional advisor about, though. Because I can tell people get a pet all day long, and I don't. Technically, I wouldn't know all the requirements that they look for in adopting, selling pets. Getting my information from unverified and uncertified sources makes life more interesting. You're not wrong. But I don't want to get in trouble if people do something stupid. Especially when working electronics. Okay. I am not an electronic advice person, I can say that much. I do just about what every other person does. Try it. If I can't fix it, get help. You are someone who's good with electronics? Is that what you're saying? Or someone who just likes giving advice? You've worked in tech for 4 years now? Nice. I probably know a bit more than the average person, so I don't give too many heart attacks to IT if I work with IT. But still, just like, I'm not a genius. This isn't making the sparkle ding, I'm done clean sound. Respectable? Yeah, that's good, thank you. One of my jobs I was doing data entry, and for the most part I could figure out, all the stuff. But when, like, the phone broke, and I tried all the on-off reconnecting things that was recommended, and then I reached out to IT and went, so, it broke. I recited back to them what I did, because I made sure to make note of what I did in my mind, so... Because, yeah, they're gonna check it anyways. I understand that, because they don't have the requirement of believing people's word. But usually when I have had to call tech support or IT, it's just like, yeah, so I've tried. I can't get to work. Please help. And they've had to do the thing where they've taken over my computer from their desktop and been like, what the heck? What did management do to your computer? Feel free to lurk. I'm probably, once I'm done with this, I'm planning on, if she's live, rating Melly D, the artist who does a lot of commission work for Melissa. Because I wanted to kind of just go from a chill vibing stream to a chill vibing stream. Yeah, I feel like I gotta clarify just a little bit because some people shorten Melissa to Melly. And I refuse to cause confusion. Yeah. I have been confused, so therefore I refuse to cause more confusion. Let's see. They are alive, but I want to finish this real quick, so I only got 3 out of 5 brake lights. So side ones? I guess that's dirty. Because I'm pressing tab and seeing dirt. That's an indicator. Oh, up top here. Eh. I didn't get this done. I'm being poked. Oh, hi, snuggle puppy. I guess it's like a backside or something. Get all the grill. Oh, it's like a tiny stuff in here. I also see that tire highlighting. There we go. What else is there? Headlight, indicator. Where's the one I'm missing? Indicator, brake light. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 8. Where is... Just jump on the front head windshield. Oh, that window was apparently not clean. There we go. I love my character just popping in and out. Alright, so I have got to open up a special window because I didn't have that ready. Come on, computer. Oh, I'm hearing myself. Stream manager. Red channel. It's cream and sugar. Right, and here we go. Thank you so much for joining me, whoever's still here. I'm going to change this to the end screen. Be somewhat professional. And maybe I'll see y'all next week. Hopefully.